So, welcome back to the Star Wars Hunters podcast. We bring you the party as they are currently on the filthiest freighter in the galaxy, and we were just talking about monk droids.
So we figured out that I've built my tracker droid completely incorrectly, and we figured that out because Gabe is now building his own droid companion, and so we're looking through these rules, which are, as we've explained before, a bit in flux because they're still being worked on. So
yes, we are very much learning this game as we.
I'm just making sure you all build these correctly this time, so that I can systematically arm every single one of your droids with explosives.
Well, also, my droid's getting incredibly underpowered at this point.
Listen, Alexander's going to be walking around with a grenade launcher.
I am aware, and Tisk is excited.
Here for it. So wasn't there an alarm going off?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. Just
and I very much debated having it on because this thing constantly playing on in a loop will get old pretty fast. But let's go for it.
I mean that's world building. There's a lot of noises that get old really fast.
So, as we last left off, you boarded this freighter on the way to Bracca. You were told by the operative that you know of as Axis that your payment for capturing the Imperial on Coruscant is on Bracca. Shug, investigating Bracca, knows it to be a junk planet known for stripping starships. Boarding this freighter that happens to be one of the most disgusting things you've ever seen in the galaxy, some of you decided you're gonna fix it. Whether you've given...
I can fix him, Bill.
Whether you've chosen to give up on that task is up to you. But in the process of traveling to Bracca,
I would like to clarify. Tisk is not trying to fix anything. Tisk is on an extermination hunt.
On the way to Bracca, there was a shook or a shimmy within the ship as the entire power grid went down. Brought up by flashing red emergency lights is the only thing illuminating the vessel right now, as you guys see on the screen before you that I shared on Twitch earlier this week, showing off the screen that you guys are seeing. And the klaxon is going off as the entire ship is in emergency status. Dar Avar, the owner of said ship, has looked up and his exact words were, "That's not good."
What?
I'm so glad we've got a genius at the helm.
Of course, just crashed.
Say, one of you go over there in the kitchen area. There should be a readout for anything that's going on in the rear of the ship.
You tell me that you don't have the readout in the pilot seat.
No. I moved it.
Why? Is that not necessary information when you're piloting a ship to know what's going wrong with the ship?
Well, my food processor fits right where it fit.
I'm gonna fucking kill this guy.
I got it.
That's why making noodles was so hard. The food processors in the cockpit. You son of a bitch.
I am in the kitchen.
Okay, I got Thule on board.
All right, what?
Tisk has to deal with the slugs, so I know he's on board.
All right, so you find this readout. You find this computer terminal that has been hooked up to basically the side of the kitchen. The wires are running. The wire management is horrible. Running directly out. There is like tape splices and everything. Wires going this way and that as it is plugged directly into the outlet on the wall where a panel has been removed and wires have just been pulled out. The whole thing looks at your.
There's just a big sigh that you all can hear from the cockpit, and I will cast mending, flip open the panel on the pop lad, and pull out a couple of little tools and fix a couple of the wires and smack it real hard, and the screen turns on. And what do I see?
All right. As soon as it does the little shimmy and the shake and the screen glitch, and you just see rolls and rolls of this red text scrolling up of emergency alerts that are going right now. It's just speeding up over the screen.
All right, prioritizing, atmosphere,
Leaking.
location,
Rear of the ship, there seems to be a hull breach.
vacuous mass.
Are we still in hyperspace, or did we did we come out of hyperspace?
No, you're still in hyperspace.
Watt says something about a hull breach. Tisk just sheepishly looks down at their blaster pistol where they've been shooting the ship up from all of these leeches.
I see this happen. I see your eyes go to your blaster pistol, and I go, normally I'd tell you that a blaster is not powerful enough to breach the hull, but with this shithole, who knows?
From the panel where I'm at, can I disengage the hyperdrive?
As soon as you do, you start noticing there are more alerts coming up, and they're flashing up quickly as things are going off grid, off the network.
But are we out of
Or not.
hyperspace?
But things are being severed from the network as you're watching. It's just no connection hyperdrive, no connection security doors, no connection computer terminal B.
Before it all goes offline, is there a motion alert from the back of the ship?
The first thing you see is motion detectors have needed maintenance for 7 cycles.
All right, so I'm kind of watching over Watch's shoulder, and I can't exactly read what's happening, but I see like more lights coming on, right? Can I go? I want to go into the cockpit, and I want to see if I can pull us out of hyperdrive. I'm not asking for permission. I'm just going to go up there and like pull the lever.
Okay.
As you do, I give permission.
Okay, you've been on starships before.
I can pilot. I have the pilot skill,
Yeah.
so like I know my way around.
Yeah. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. This is just a common freighter. You're squeezing past this guy. He is sweaty.
Squeezing. Look, I'm like this.
No, he's that big.
Oh fucking Christ!
So he's no Thule, but he's no what. So you're climbing through this guy, and you find a hyperdrive lever to pull down. It's almost as tall as you. It comes up to your waist, and you wrap your arms around it. You pull it all the way back for the ship to start easing out of hyperdrive. You get all the way to the bottom connection. You're still in hyperdrive.
I curse and let Watt know.
What?
Over comms, you just hear an exasperated sigh, as if
Yeah.
I intentionally pressed the button so that you would hear it.
I would like to. I want to make a tech check to see where I can go to like manually drop us out of hyperspace.
I know.
So, yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Okay, so I rolled an 18 on the die, and that's +7.
All right.
So 25 math.
So with a 25, you do know if Watt is correct and the hyperdrive has been taken off the network of this ship, you have to physically go to the hyperdrive and shut it.
Okay, I want to do that.
But there's a hull breach.
Oh, it's a +9, not a +7. I'm sorry.
So I know there's a lot of chaos going on, and before we get too much further, I want to go back to what I ended last session with, as What's His Nuts comes out and is standing in the hallway, looking, twiddling his thumbs, probably with one up his ass. I'm going to check Dar for leeches.
Oh, yeah.
Because Tisk killed the hive, and I want to make sure there are no stragglers that may have been stuck to his person.
All right, give him a scan.
Is there anything
Make sure you check under the fat
like me
rolls.
to use for that? Right. This is more like if they're hanging off of his body.
Give me medical's a skill. So give me a medical check.
Yeah, Thule's good at that.
Should have got Watt.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. You scan him over, and you see a lot of bacteria. He possibly has, when it comes to life signs, he has some mold growing on his skin, but you don't see
from under cheese.
you don't you don't see any leeches per se.
That's good. And nothing hanging off of him looking like an extra appendage that could be a leech and not naturally occurring.
No, you don't see anything like that. Not with a 10.
Okay. I mean,
While Thule is inspecting him, Tisk walks up to him and says, "Do you have any envirosuits?"
We got one.
I'm guessing it doesn't work well.
It does. It's just you get a minute's worth of air, and then the refresher takes about a minute to. If you can hold your breath for a minute, you'll be fine. Because you can just breathe for a minute, hold your breath for a minute, breathe for a minute, hold your breath for a minute. It works.
There is another audible sigh. Where's the suit?
Oh, it's in the rear of the ship in the hyperdrive hold where the storage is.
I look back towards Watt and Shug. So where we're losing Atmo?
is a minute a long time to hold your breath? My species typically holds our breath for at least an hour at a time.
All right, show off. Calm down.
Something tells me that suit may not fit. Very well, but I can probably manage.
All right. So as this is going on, what? Back to you. As you're going through these,
Oh.
what?
Sorry, you can keep going. I have something to add.
Okay. As these emergency signals keep going up, you just see the network is being taken offline, like one terminal at a time, and it's going up the spine of the ship.
Does it feel like it's an intentional act, or does it feel like just this thing's in such shitty repair that I'm not surprised?
Roll a tech check.
You got it. Since I'm in the moment here, I will obviously give myself some guidance as I'm focusing on what I am doing. 22.
Okay. You were on here for a day. I'm gonna say within the process of being on here for a day, as Tisk was hunting leeches with the help of Shug, as Thule was Mary Poppinsing himself around the kitchen. You worked on some things on the ship. You know there are things working. Ship might not be a lot, but you know what has fixed stuff. You start noticing that some of the systems, especially like the security doors near the front of the ship that you worked on, they start going.
Cool. Shug, do you have a data pad?
Yeah, wrist pad. The thing I was about to start doing was I was going to send my droid in there with my tracker droid interface synced up so we can see what's going on there and we don't need a suit or anything like that.
I flip open the pop lad and speed type with my little claws a message and send it to you, and you get a blurb on your wrist pad, and you look down and it's all in binary, and I go wait, and then I send it again in basic because I'm the only one who speaks binary.
I can't remember if I do or not, honestly. But
you don't. It was a whole thing. I took one of the bonus proficiencies so that one of us spoke binary.
Mhm.
You get a second beep as you're staring at your data pad, like, what the hell, Watt? And I give you a basic rundown of someone or something is shutting down systems on the ship from the back to the front. Might not be alone. I literally type space the guy ? And that's how it ends. At this point, Watt is convinced we are not alone on the ship, and there is a bigger problem.
He is taking this time to unwrap the waxing claws from his feet where he was skating around, dancing through the kitchen, cleaning the floor, and whips out his vibro mace instead. And as he does, when he kind of pulls it out of his bag, you notice that 4 other vibro maces in his golf club-like bag fall to the floor.
Casey Jones.
I thought the same thing.
We are 100% turtle powering our way through this.
And Thule, it's been a little while since Watt has tinkered with your mace, so you do not have that bonus.
Gotcha.
So
those are scrap for you, Watt or Shug, if you need parts.
You notice that one of them's already missing?
And they are vibro maces, like they have a vibro core in them. Like these are all vibro, simple vibro weapons. But they are vibro weapons.
Well, we'll get back to that. So what I think we have going on here is we've got a stowaway, and we need to solve this problem. So you two,
that's what I was doing.
Thule and Tisk, get ready to fight. I point to the captain. Just don't do anything. Just stay here. What do you mean? You lock it down? Don't talk. What? Can you lock it down? Can you lock everything you can?
I will do so. I'm going to try to lock out everything on the ship and isolate it to control from this juncture.
As you go to do that, everything, all the security doors are already off the system and they are locked down.
So where are we currently, and how is it attached to the rest of the ship? Do we have a map for the ship?
I was actually getting there right now. So hold on one second, because I'm actually very, very, very excited to share this.
So while you're pulling that up,
to fuck us over. Got it.
While you're pulling that up, the moment Shug says that there might be a stowaway, and to get ready to fight, Tisk has like gone into like hunter mode and has just slinked off down elsewhere and is looking for any signs of anything anywhere that I can get right now that has moved that's not us. So just full natural predator moment on the hunt.
So as I pull the MP,
Julie's probably about one round of movement behind you, due to vibromaces clattering out of his bag.
They do get in the way.
There's definitely at least one vibro core missing from your bag.
Perfect.
all right. So we will move to said freighter.
How much of this freighter have we seen that we would have like revealed?
So you guys have seen basically this living area that you've been in, which should be this is the main room with the attached bedrooms and the you have two. I can show the cockpit. So this area you should be able to explore these small living quarters. The rest of the ship, like I described, is very Event Horizon-esque. It's a very long spine, single column hallway that leads all the way to the back of the to the hyperdrive.
Where
As it goes down, there's T sections that come off every 100 or so feet that hold detachable cargo pods that can be accessed from inside the ship. These cargo pods are what's carrying, as Dar said, junk that he's dropping off at Bracca.
Can you unpause the game so we can move around?
Yeah, and can I get like a cardinal directions? Like what direction is the cockpit? What direction is
The cockpit is this way, is south of you. Living
So the cockpit
quarters
is south?
is north of you, and to the east is the spine of the ship.
Oh, okay.
So how far into the spine have I gone then?
You've gone a few feet, but as it stands right now, when lockdown went in, all of these security doors that go down the spine of the ship have shut and have been taken off the network.
No, in the past was the question. Sorry.
In the past, you've been a few feet down. You've been I would say Watt's been all over the ship, but as it stands right now, you've been locked out of that part of the ship.
Okay. So can I get a rough layout of it then? Just
It is one long tube.
okay.
That is it. That is the gist of the ship. It is one long tube, and every few hundred feet, there's a T section or a cross section with cargo pods that you can get to.
So east is the spine of the ship? Yep. Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, so we are on the westmost portion of the ship, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before you where Tisk is, there is a locked security door. There normally with security doors, Tisk, as you press it, the data pad, the punch terminal for opening the door, for opening the glass doors, basically, that's not even got powered.
Okay. Yeah, so I would like to see if I can't figure out a way through this thing. Is it like a drop down security door, or
it's
how does this thing open?
It's one of those It's one of those Star Wars doors that come in at an angle,
okay,
and open back up. And so at when the lockdown happened, as I described, you heard from the back of the ship the chung 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 of these doors slamming shut. And Watt saw the emergency beacons going on that these doors systematically are starting to come off the network as power is being cut from them.
I open like a locker or something, and my droid comes out of it because he said he didn't like the droid, so I've been hiding him. And my droid comes out of it, and I want to send him into the vents because he's pretty compact. So I imagine there's some vents that I can send him into. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Does he say anything?
No, he just does what you say. He just his little arms pick up the vent and like.
No. Does Dar say anything when I produce the droid?
Dar's just standing there with his arms crossed, basically throwing a fit like a kid because you told him to shut up.
Okay, good. That's what I want.
As this is happening, I'm going to the cockpit and I'm taking over.
Okay.
And I'm gonna again attempt to regain control of anything. And then once I have some semblance of like, can I access ship's records, old camera footage from when we were at the docks, etc., then I'm gonna start getting into.
Okay, so as you get to the cockpit and you climb up in the seat that is surprisingly moist.
God, I fucking hate you. I hate you. Oh.
You climb into this guy's seat, and as soon as you touch the pads, as soon as you touch the data pads, you're trying to get into the terminals. You just hear boom, and all the monitors start going. All right, you roll me a tech check.
Got it. I'm going all in on this one. There is dude is throwing a fit and in the common area, and there's a beep, boop, 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 boop from behind him, and you all see a pit droid question mark come out of the room Watt was staying in. There was just parts of droids everywhere, and there are still parts of droids everywhere. You're not sure how he pieced back together an entire pit droid, but he comes out, and there is literally a predator cannon mounted on his shoulder
Oh god.
that you're pretty sure was one of the blasters we looted, and he's got this like double claw predator claw that's retracted, and you see a vibra, and it's all like scrap.
You know what I'm getting
100
the feel for? Mr. Bones from Aftermath.
Absolutely. He looks like a junkyard predator, a pit droid cosplaying as a junkyard predator. And Thule, you immediately recognize like a vibromace core on his arm. And he comes out and he looks around, and the eye glows red and narrows down at the dude. And then he just keeps walking past him and like shoves against the freighter owner. As he comes by, he stops right by Shug and goes and continues on into the.
So this is up to you. Was I helping you build this over the past couple days, or
Sure.
is this my first time? Okay, so I like without like I just do like give him like a return salute. I don't really say anything. Like I'm on my wrist pad, and he walks up and salutes me, and I just salute him without taking my eyes off of the wrist pad.
You guys, the last two.
Conversely, Tisk is literally like pulling at the door. Thule's probably like up there with him at this point, trying to figure out how to get through this door. And Tisk just stops like mid claws, tried like dug in, and just watches this thing go by. And
Yeah.
Salutes again.
just
At one point, you notice that on his back, like the predator cannon is retracted, and it's like somebody took a Rebel Alliance Star Wars blaster and just like stapled it to the shoulder of a pit droid that was made of spare parts. But you also notice that as it's retracted and like sitting against the back, there's also another tube that looks hollow, and it looks like it could launch projectiles a considerable distance and would make a thump sound. And then he comes into the room. So all of this is happening as Watt's getting settled in the chair. And so he's coming into the room, and Alexander, come help me. And so he's going to come over and give the help action. And then I am going to use guidance and one of my potent aptitude die. And I'm going all in on this tech check.
Okay.
So do you want me to roll for the help action or?
Not. I'll go ahead. But as rules is written, if he's performing the help action, it does give you.
You got it. All right, advantage, and then I get 2d4.
Nice.
So a total of 28.
28. All right. With your 28, you're sitting here. You are futzing with these monitors. So you're doing everything Watt knows how to do. He's trying to mess with the wiring. You've got the wires pulled out from underneath this monitor. Cannot see how to turn this thing on, and eventually you take like one of your extra spare battery packs and you hook it up. Monitor comes on off the network, and then it hits you with a 28. Can't get these monitors back on, but you know what exactly is going on. Something's physically cutting the wires.
Okay.
So Thule has come over to Tisk at the door. Tisk, why haven't you opened the door? Let's go.
It's stuck and turned off.
Oh, we can fix that. And then Alexander walks by, and Thule just stops and looks with Tisk at Alexander. Is it just me, or does Alexander look pretty thick right now? And Thule will grab the door and just try to rip it open.
All right, as you
Pulling on the other side, I would like to help Thule with that.
before you do a strength check, Thule, roll me a piloting check. Since you have a history of freighters, and since you're an ex-pirate, I'm gonna say attacking said.
Yeah.
Holes and holes.
So this is right, holes and holes. That's a 17. As Thule is pretty good at understanding the tech of these types of ships.
So Thule, as you're sitting here and Tisk is like pulling and pushing and like trying to do everything to get this door open. No, these freighters, you know them like the back of your hand. you go over and you hit a panel that slides down, and you pull out a physical handle and put it into a little octagonal slot. And much like the scene of the Memphis Belle where they're cranking it to get the power down, you start cranking it and the door starts slowly opening up as you are manually cranking the opening mechanism.
It's easier than ripping it open, I guess.
So you're able to unlock this door, which leads to another door.
As you say,
See anything down there?
Tisk immediately like runs in. If there is nothing to be seen in here, which it does not look like there is, I will then begin looking for another such compartment like what Thule just opened to try and do the same with this door.
Very easy. You've seen it before. You saw him do it. Boom. You find the exact one. I'll even say Thule has the exact same handle still in his hand. You guys put it in and you start cranking it. And I just realized what I said.
Yep. We put it in and start cranking it.
Yep.
Continue.
All right.
It's two bros broing. Okay, leave us alone.
They're wailing on it.
I don't want to hear that.
Just two bros cranking.
That's specious. How dare you?
As you guys come to the first T section, you see 3 doors. One going north, one going south, one going east. You know that if you keep going east, you're going to hit the hyperdrive. To each side of you, north and south, should be cargo containers that attach to the hull of the ship, but they're each one should have a hatch to get down into. That way you can expect the cargo in transit.
Tisk is going like this is whenever he goes into like the full hunt, right? Like we've the doors open, we've got a new area we have not been into. I would like to make probably a survival check to see if there is any signs of like anything that has been through here or caused any kind of like physical damage or anything of anywhere that I can see inside this area.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll.
Also reminding you that my droid's moving through the vents.
I know. But right now you are, how far away does your droid, or how far away does your connection with your droid stretch?
100 feet.
100 feet.
So close to being so much better. 10.
10. With a 10, you don't need much, because as soon as you walk in, you start noticing panels above you. There are panels that are fallen, laying down on the floor of the ship. There are wires hanging that are sparking. Multiple wires that have fallen and are sparking from the ceiling.
At this point, you all get a comlink from Watt. Something's cutting the wires. It's all still online.
AC cutted wires. Not sure what did it though.
Okay, so Shug, is your droid being stealthy?
Yes, I was going to tell you I wanted to put him in camouflage mode because he still has that camouflage module on him, so he's invisible, effectively.
So you put him in camouflage mode before the 100 feet are up. He keeps going 100. I mean, you're watching. How do you stay in contact with him? Are you watching him through a monitor?
Through my wrist pad monitor, yeah.
Okay. So you're watching him, and he's going through the tunnels like the old Tunnel Rat Sega CD game. You just see it like going through, and the tunnels are going through, and he's flying down. You activate the camouflage of it, and eventually you start getting static as the signal starts getting too far, further and further away. But he's still on the path. You gave
okay,
him.
So that's fine. So when that starts happening, I'm gonna turn to Watt and say, "Hey, keep Alexander on watch. I'm gonna go with the boys, and I'll start moving along with Tisk and Thule to keep up the link, basically."
Okay.
As they leave, what are you transporting?
Okay, hold on. I just realized you need a little Alexander, don't you?
Yeah.
Where? Oh yeah, I got pit droids. There's a pit.
Got pit droids for
That is
days.
enormous.
A bit bigger than he should be. But
I was like, "That's fucking massive."
Yeah.
He
He's
is
the size of Thule.
Hey, don't be pit droid shaming.
he is looking rather thick, as Thule said.
Yeah, he's a shower. So, all right. So, you guys have 3 doors ahead of you: one north, one south, one east.
Thule has just continued straight lining, so kind of offsetting doors. Thule did the first, Tis did the second. Thule runs forward as if breaching, like in a breaching pattern, like he used to do with the crew, and just runs to the next door and starts cranking it open.
I will ask, any of the panels that are like out and like cut or anything along those lines. Are there any that are distinctly towards any one of these 3 doors?
It looks like the wires are just hanging, as it were. If you want to roll like any type of check that you think would tell you, tech check, piloting check, I'll allow.
I was looking to see if something had like disturbed the paneling or anything like distinctly like towards a direction of one of these doors.
Oh, there are.
Or is
there is so many of these panels that are just falling.
Okay.
It doesn't.
So nothing that distinctly points like one direction or another.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a pattern to it.
Okay.
Billy, you start cranking this door open. Shug, as this is going on, give me a perception check by your droid.
Yeah, he's actually skilled in perception. That's a 16.
As 16 and as you pull up with
sorry. Also, for the record, he has the keen hearing interface on him, so he gets advantage on auditory stuff. So, do you want me to roll that again, or
no, that's fine. So as he's going down, he's going through these tunnels that are just above you guys. This duct,
yeah,
as it were, would be running down the spine of this ship. So he's above you, but several feet down as you're going. And you're looking through your little your heads up display, watching what the droid's seeing as you guys are walking forward. It's very much a la Predator. You're seeing the motion and everything like that. As you're looking through your droid sight, where there's a cross section of tunnel, you just see a blur of movement.
In my comlink, there's something in the vents. I just saw it on my droid's monitor.
How far?
How far ahead is my droid from us? Like one section.
Just on the other side of the bulkhead that Thule's in front of.
Shug nods towards where Thule is standing. One bit on the other side, but in the vents.
As you guys,
the one I just opened, or the next one down the row?
The one that's just in front of you, the one that closed one.
Okay, cool.
As you guys come into this small tunnel that's connected between these 2 blast doors, you see that there are petroclete glass going out. You can see out into space. You see the cargo containers that are hanging on the sides of the ship. You see the blue lines of hyperspace. As you look out the window, you see the lines of hyperspace flying past you. You guys are still stuck in hyperspace.
Does it seem like all the cargo carriers outside this window are where they need to be? Like nothing's fallen off the ship at this point?
You spotting these the 4 that you can see right here by going through all the windows, they look fine as far as you can see.
Okay.
With Shug having said that it's on the other side of the bulkhead, Tisk unstraps his sniper rifle and like goes into a crouched position and motions Thule toward the bulkhead.
Throwing Thule off from our swapping doors, Thule takes a moment, but then steps up to the... Thule was in the middle of this section, looking out the windows like, oh yeah, Tisk has this door. But then when you signal Thule forward, he kind of pulls himself away.
All right. So as you start cranking this door open, the door starts slowly opening up, going into this next T section of hallway. As the door opens up, you just see debris all over the floor as these panels have fallen from the ceiling. You just see wires hanging everywhere. It's like just cut strings all around you, sparking cables are just hanging.
Back in the cab,
Okay.
I look at the guy, I don't remember the pilot,
Dar.
the captain's name, Dar. I look at Dar, and he's just standing there pouting. And Alexander comes tromping up next to me and just starts cycling through weapons.
He looks at you, and since it's just you, can I talk now? Little guy told me I wasn't allowed to talk, and it's my own ship.
What are you transporting?
Told you guys, junk. I'm picking up processed and refined metals that they do on Bracca, and on my way there, I have a cargo container filled with junk I picked up on Tatooine that I'm gonna from a bunch of Jawas.
Ah, did you check it for life signs?
Oh, why would I do that?
'Cause something's alive in your ship and it's trying to kill you.
There's nothing alive in my ship. The medical sensors would, the biological sensors would have went off. I think
They've been out of service for months.
Oh, that's what that read. I just put a little piece of black tape over it because it was really annoying.
Holy fuck.
Would you do me a favor?
What, little guy?
Could you sit in the cockpit and just wait? That way, if something happens and you need to jump on the controls real fast, you're already there ready.
So you want me to go sit down while you guys handle everything?
Unless you know what's happening.
No. I got it. He walks straight to the...
There's a sigh on the over the comm link, and I just tap out a really quick message to Shug, telling him where I sent the captain and just told him to sit there. And I'm coming to you guys. And Alexander is actually going to climb up into the vent over me and go forward as well.
All right. So Alexander is this
I can
vent.
stay in touch with him up to 120 feet, but I do not have the tracker droid interface going.
All right, so he's kind of keeping above you as you guys are going. What? Let's say you're just fine. Put both the droids together. I'm gonna say you catch up with them easily as you guys walk into this second cross section that you've seen so far. Walking in, it is completely tracked. As it's coming down, you just have vents going down. Oh well, sorry. Well, you have panels that have fallen from the ceiling down, landed onto the floor of the ship in this little cross section area. Wires hanging down all around you as you see Watt walk up behind you. You hear the ding 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 of something crawling above Watt in the vents.
In one of the panels that's open, there's just a
there's a moment as a sniper rifle like clocks right up to the droid, and then realizing it's Alexander, I'd go back to looking.
So Watt's looking at me, but the turret on his shoulder just Alexander's looking at me, but the turret on his shoulder just slowly looks at you.
I drop the gun back down and I start like using it to like push some of the wires that I'm hoping aren't gonna electrocute me a little bit like out of the way as I slowly start working through this area of debris.
All right, you're
He's gone ahead of you and is using his vibro mace like a rake to just sweep stuff out of the way.
That works too.
All right, so as you guys are walking through stealth, not stealthily, but you're pushing these wires out of the way as they're sparking near. Give me perception checks, Thule and Tisk, as you guys are walking in. If you have anything that gives you advantage on auditory, go ahead and give yourself.
Can I do that for my droid or no?
Yes, go ahead and do it for your droid because your droid's technically.
I think I have any kind of
15 for Thule.
15.
15 for my droid as well.
I will, however, use my assess the situation spirited die to add a d4 to my roll. So perception or roll. Nice. 23.
All right, with a 23, yes, you have that sniper rifle. You start swearing you're hearing something that sounds like claws on metal. The tick 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 tick. You hear it coming north of you, from you. Billy, you swear you hear something that sounds like claws on metal, but it's coming from the south.
Yeah.
Shug, you're sitting there listening through your robot, and you swear you hear something in the tunnel, but it's coming from the east.
It's coming from the south. I hear
Coming
it.
from the east.
North. And I
that means
shift
that
to the
there's
door.
more than one.
What does it take to get these doors open on the side?
Same thing. You start cranking it open. So
Yeah, I will go ahead and start opening the door.
all right, so as you start cranking it open, you get the door about halfway open, and you just see a maw of pointed, sharp teeth as this furry creature launches out of the crack of the door you just created, Tisk, and lands beside you. It's the size of a very, very large hound.
The moment this thing is through, or like has like pushed its way in or anything, I would have like dropped the handle and shot it with the sniper rifle.
Okay, as this is going on, Thule, as this creature launches through this door, beside you, landing on your back, another one drops out of the ceiling.
Nice.
And Shug, you're, just because I'm doing this, just because it make it easy for me, your droid is tackled by another one that falls through the vent with your droid, bringing your droid down here on this level, as a third lands in the center on top of your droid.
Okay.
So, as we're going into it, guys, I'm going to need everybody to initiative.
Yeah, Alexander.
As
We're going to say Thule had his shoulder into this door trying to crank it open and is not aware or ready for this thing to jump on his back. Oh, God, no one's ready for anything except Shug.
Actually, I think. Okay.
Doug, what's yours?
14.
And why are you wounded?
I shouldn't be. 23 health.
Did you hit the long rest button last time?
I don't remember.
All right, Shug, what is your initiative?
14.
14. And your droid goes when you do, just after
Yep.
you.
No, it should be the other
13.
way.
Right, yeah,
13.
13.
Bill knows math. Not really.
It's not even math that's counting.
We've had that joke. That joke was last week. And
Greater than, less than, and equal to. Got it.
Alexander's going after what, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so top of the round. As this giant creature, well, giant compared to Shug,
Half the party.
this creature goes to attack one's. Oh, okay. So it goes to bite at Tisk and take a large, snarling, rat-like bite. That is an 18. Does an 18 hit you?
And 18 will hit me, yes.
So that is going to be 7 points of kinetic damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
Ill. Right. Strength saving throw. That's a thing. Saving throw. Oh, good lord. 12.
12. You barely are able to rip your arm out of this thing's mouth, and it had a vicious chomp on you. Has Tisk ever been to Tatooine?
That's a great question. I'm gonna leave that to a high-low roll. Yes, he has.
All right. The first thing that comes into your mind is this giant creature bites down on your arm, and you rip your hand out of it. How the hell did Womp Rats get on this ship?
Good old Womp Rats.
So that ends its turn to Shug.
To nail him in my teeth.
All right. Where is my droid? Because I don't see it on the map at all.
Oh, it brought it up. It's underneath Alexander.
That would be why. Can you stick him
Yep, I got him.
here where he would have?
There he goes.
Great. Yeah, great. That means that I can sneak attack because he's adjacent. I imagine he would be adjacent to the thing that he dropped down with. Is that
Yes.
okay?
That's completely
Okay.
fine.
Okay, cool. I'm going to wrist blaster him. That's an 18 on the die. I imagine that hits.
Yes, I'm gonna say that does hit.
Okay. Let's do some damages here. Where the fuck is my D4? There it is. Hell yeah, 6 on the sneak attack. Only a 1 on the D4 though. So that's 7 points.
You know modifiers?
Oh, fuck. Do I? Hang on. What's my character sheet?
Would be your dex mod, right?
Yeah, I get a +2 to that. So 9 points of damage.
9 points. So you shoot this Womp Rat, boom, blaster bolt blasting into the side. It squeals angrily, turning around and looking at you. And
It's still alive?
Yeah.
Fucking what kind of womp rat is this?
they used to
okay.
shoot them in Star Wars with a ship. That's a T-16 was a speeder.
I was always under the impression that Luke was flying the ship and then had his fucking rifle and was using that to bullseye the womp rats.
No, the T-16 had a laser cannon on it.
Cool.
Per the comic book I read as a kid.
Okay.
So, Shug, it is your droid's turn.
Yeah. So it's gonna do a little shock prod and see how it goes.
Does it also
Oh.
get sneak attack?
No, because I'm not taking it. Well, I haven't finished fucking building it because we did it wrong. But I'm not taking the operative class for him. So,
Okay.
Wait,
or at least I was not planning on it.
can your droid be a rogue?
Operative, and yes, yeah, that is an option for
So
it.
you could technically sneak attack twice and feed off each other.
If I was planning on building it that way, yes, I could.
Yeah, dirty. Okay, go ahead.
I was not planning on that though.
Yeah, I know.
But leading into the tracker droid theme and the fact that it was a security droid that I like dismantled and rebuilt, it's going to be a scout.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I rolled a nat 1 on the attack for him. So I'm going to take the bonus action hide for me during my turn. So just like hide around the corner of the bulkhead or whatever.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, end of Shug's droid's turn. It seeing Shug get out of the way, but seeing the droid still there, he will turn around on the droid and try to take a bite out of said droid.
This motherfucker.
That is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, 15 will hit.
That is going to be 4 points of damage, and I need a strength check from the droid.
A strength check? Oh,
Mhm.
fuck. Okay. That's an 8 for the strength check.
So the droid takes 4 points of damage, and the Womp Rat jumps up and grabs it out of the air and is shaking it like a dog, and is doing the squeal of that's it's being shook back and forth by this Womp Rat.
Yep.
All right, that's the end of the Womp Rat's turn. Tisk, it is your turn.
So this thing coming out, and clearly the sniper rifle is not going to work in these close quarters at this point. So I drop the sniper rifle and pull out my chakram and shield and go to make an attack on this one. So my AC goes to 18 with the shield on. And I will make an attack. Maybe. Yes, there we go. Dirty 20 to hit.
You're 20 to hit. You definitely hit.
Or max damage, 9.
9 point. All right, so you smack this Womp Rat with your chakram, taking a large cut out of its side. It's still alive, but you laid open a big piece of its hide, like all the way to the.
I will end my turn there. That'll be it for me for now.
All right, so the other Womp Rat will. Let's see. He will spot. Let's see. Does he look for the easy prey that's in the other Womp Rat's mouth? No.
Let's say he landed on my back, so I would assume he's attacking me.
Does an 11 hit you, Thule?
I don't think so. Nope, it will not.
Okay, so he grabs on to your blubberous hide and he's ripping into it, but it doesn't do it.
It's muscle, not blubber. But yeah, you're right.
All right, Thule.
All right, having this thing rip into my back, Thule is going to turn the same shade as this light that's spinning around on our screen and rage. And as he rages, he will turn around and with one hand try to grab this thing off his back and with the other hand smack it with the vibro mace down to the ground so it's no longer on him.
Okay.
So that is here. And we're going to be reckless about it since we rage in. That's a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Oh, that was almost a 10. Damn it. That is 10 total damage.
10
against the Womp Rat.
All right, you hit him with your vibro mace and you knock a significant dent in its head. It looks like it's very stupider than it used to be, but it's still alive as its tongue is lolling out of its mouth. It still looks very vicious. Anything else you're doing your round?
Bonus seconds to rage, actions to attack, and I'm not. Can I move into this space and make myself like more of a threat to both of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Thule's gonna smack this thing down, and as it's kind of bounces off the ground, before it rebounds up to standing, Thule will move in between it and the other and snarl at both of them, as if taunting them, and that will end my turn.
What?
So from where Watt is standing, first thing I'm going to do is look at the one that's got Shook's droid in its mouth. And there's a click on my wrist and a whine, and I'm going to unleash a ion blast, and I need it to make a dexterity saving throw.
The one that attacked Shook's droid?
Correct. The one that has it in its mouth.
Dexterity saving throw. That's going to be a 16.
A 16 will succeed, so nothing happens. Oh, or choose 2 creatures that are within 5 feet of each other. Neat. I'm going to choose both of them then. So if both of them could please make that dexterity saving throw.
The other one was just a 10.
Okay, so he will take a whopping 1d4 point of ion damage. I think I'm going to swap my cantrip out.
Nice.
4 points of ion damage.
So as you hit it with 4 and the ion damage hits this Womp Rat, it starts shaking. Thule, you smell singed hair and burnt flesh from this ion damage, this ion bolt that hits this Womp Rat as it falls over dead at your feet.
Oh yeah, patty cake, microwave.
And then that'll be it for Watt. But then we're gonna go on to Alexander, and he's gonna shout, "Go, Alexander!" and give him my other potent aptitude die. And then Alexander is going to take a melee attack. The predator claws extend and start crackling, and he lunges as the iris of his single eye goes and almost gets like laser focused. And he's going to make an attack. Where's my character sheet for it? There it is. Okay. So this is 1d20 plus 1d4 plus 5 to hit. So does a 15 hit him?
15 does it.
15 hits the Womp Rat. Sweet. In that case, he takes 1d8 plus 1d. Oh, that's not right. New feature, who dis? Watt is going to use his reaction to burn the ability to give him plus 3 plus So he's going to take 9 points of kinetic damage as Alexander just lays into this guy and then sets back up as if he's ready to fight.
All right. So you said he had vibra blades?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just runs in and just a la Wolverine Berserker style into this womp rat and just completely murders this poor thing as it only had 2 hits.
Perfect. And that's it.
Nice.
Alexander.
All right, top of round 2. I'm gonna go ahead because Jacob had to step away. I have to use the little DM's room, so I'm gonna say we're gonna take our break here,
Let's do it.
and we are back. All right, where we left off, we're at the top of round 2 with one womp rat left. The womp rat is going to take a bite out of Tisk again,
Oh, very nice.
and that's going to be a 14 to hit.
That will not hit, as I bash this one away with the prepared shield this time.
All right, that means next person up is Shug, a Dottie.
Yep. 1 second. All right, the last one is the one next to Jacob here.
Yep.
I am going to wrist blaster it.
All right.
That's not great. That's a 6 to hit. So I'm gonna go with that doesn't hit. I will send my droid over there now. Sorry, I'm gonna bonus action hide behind Thule after I miss, and then my droid is also gonna go attack. I cannot control my. Oh, here we go. There we go. Here's the droid. Shock prod. It's a little better. Does a 15 hit the Womp Rat?
It does.
Okay, so he gets a D4. That's 2 points of damage from the shock prod.
That is exactly one more than you needed to kill him. As he falls dead.
Nice.
The sounds of these womp rats dying around you, their little squeaks and squeals fills the little area, and as the last one falls, it starts getting quiet. But as you all
My droid notices that when it shock prods it, it like twitches, and so when it notices that, it continues to shock prod it to make it twitch because it's fucking psycho like that.
And as the squeals of these womp rats die down, and eerily silence falls over this ship again, you hear
Tisk is like shaking his arm where this thing bit off as your droid's like shock prodding it, and he just takes the end of his shield and just like one more like good jab down on the thing, and then puts his shield away and just walk back over and like.
I emerge from behind Thule and I go, "Hey, that one still counts as mine. My points."
So you hear the klaxon going off above you, and further down deeper into the ship. You guys, even perception check.
Our job's not done. Let's keep it rolling.
Hey,
and Thule will move over to the door and start cranking that one open too.
Before we start cranking on it, what do womp rats eat? What do we know about these things?
They eat my mace. And apparently
Could I get a nature check on having dealt with womp rats before?
And Watt rolled a 15 on nature as well.
Hey, womp rats. They are indigenous to Tatooine.
Yeah.
All right. Being indigenous to Tatooine, they do hunt in packs. They are predatory creatures, very, very large, compared to other rodents, typically of their size. They literally eat anything.
Is there anything that we know that they find particularly delicious?
Captains.
I love it.
They are very dangerous in swarms.
You know what?
Tisk
I know
shakes his arm.
kind
Apparently, Trandoshans.
You wanna use our illustrious captain to draw these others out.
If we don't want to sacrifice anybody, I also have an arm.
And what did everybody?
No, we're gonna use that arm.
That's a good hand. Don't waste it.
Both me and Watt at the same time. No.
You'll eat about anything. You could probably get by with some of those noodle cups.
What was the 2 nature checks?
15 for Watt.
What was yours, Tisk?
Just 10.
With a 15, I'm going to say one thing that kind of pops into your mind. They breed really fast.
Yeah. Does the captain have a comm link? Do we know this?
That you know of.
All right. I'll be right back. And I will go up to the cockpit real quick.
As you go up to the cockpit, other than the klaxon going off, you hear eerily quiet. As you get near the cockpit, you hear noodles.
Hey!
What?
I just shout.
What?
Which container was from Tatooine?
He rubs his eyes. Oh, that was Tatooine. Here, let's see. And you see him tap on the monitor. Oh yeah, yeah. I think a 5B.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay,
Should come
thank
from
you.
Dallas.
And I come back.
So gonna be wrong.
I get back to you all. We're gonna eject container 5B.
How do you plan on doing that? What
I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
is we're gonna have to
And
go
I
do
go
it
over
manually.
and I hit the button for the door and it doesn't open.
Tis just holds up a grenade.
So Thule's been trying to crank this one open to get us further down the hallway.
So I can't believe I have to say this twice in one day, but we don't know. Normally, one grenade, the hull will be fine. But with this shithole, no.
With that
It's
15, do I
in the
happen to know-
container, and there's a security door or two between us by the time it goes off.
And I don't want to.
That's
I don't know what kind of debris is going to come off of the container, and I just don't. I don't think we should risk it.
Bill, we're still in combat at the moment, so we can't move around or do anything.
Oh, you're not.
There we go.
Before we move on, Tisk is gonna open this door where this thing came through the rest of the way and just see if there's signs of anything else down here.
All right, you look down there. You see a hatch that leads down into that cargo container. You see scratches on that hatch, but the hatch is still shut.
Is this the one that he pointed us out to, or is this a different one?
No, that's 2A.
Oh, so and what did he say?
5B.
5B.
Okay.
Yeah, Thule hearing 5B over the comm link just goes.
What?
Well, can you
and-
hear it is not cooperating with this door? Thank you, sir. Also, I do pick up my sniper rifle and take it back with me. I do not leave it there.
Yeah.
So the party continues forward.
Oh, absolutely.
Thule does mention passing after smacking the swamp, or the womp rat. Sorry, not swamp rat. That's the ROUSs from the fire swamp. Thule mentions just casually, this would be a lot more fun if this shocked the shit out of things like the droid does. And then puts his mace away for a little bit and continues walking down the hallway.
Hey, I think we can make that happen. Give me a couple days.
So thematically, or mechanically, sorry, not thematically, the only difference between a vibro mace and the electro hammer is 250 credits worth of work and the shocking feature. And we have plenty of parts to add the shocking feature.
I think that sounds reasonable.
And you have two very creative people.
Yeah, and maybe if the DM is generous, if we roll well enough, maybe it can be better than the regular.
Yeah, improved.
Gonna
I also
happen.
have a list of mods that would potentially be awesome.
Cool.
And anything can happen. It's a game of the imagination.
Imagination. Well, I'm going to imagine this door getting opened.
All right. So
Imagine
Thule's
Two cranking along.
the
Just
door
fucking cranking on it.
door
Thule's
unlocks.
been cranking on it 3 times already tonight, y'all.
You got some Gatorade for that, buddy?
Vaseline, really, at this
Yeah.
point.
Watt has kind of forgotten that
This episode is not
they're-
named Crankin' It. I
Oh, that's
I don't even know what we're doing. I don't even know what we're doing with life anymore.
Title of the episode, Crankin' It.
Cranking it. Love
Watt,
it.
Watt has just ignored everything else at this point and forgotten that there's danger and is just continuing on.
As we proceed forward here, I would like to kind of continue the survival and perception approach to seeing if I can figure out anything in particular of where these things are coming from, or kind of keeping a beat on it, because I super don't trust that this guy has told us any accurate information about where this stuff actually is.
So, as you guys are going forward, you step into now that you've noticed the ground is marked, the third cross section of this ship, fearing worse condition than the one you were at, as you see that the rip and tear of the interior of the ship gets progressively worse the deeper you go. This one, the panels are hanging down. You see the panel has gnaw marks on it, scratch marks. You can tell where paneling has been ripped from the sides, and you hear almost if it's echoing around you, skittering and clawing all around.
Billy pulls his vibro mace back out. This time they're everywhere.
I'm going to go and start
So what?
cranking.
What?
Watt's cranking it now.
So
Watt's cranking one out.
what takes a little longer to crank one out than him? He doesn't have the strength for it. As eventually the door does give way and open, and you go into another passage leading to what you assume to be cross section.
Well, so do we hear the scratching from this this section, the section 3?
Yeah, you hear it within the walls around you. They're in the walls.
Before we move on, Thule, as soon as you crank up they sound like they're closer. Maybe so, and I'm happy to do a perception check or something. But how close are they? Are they in this section? Are they in these canisters? Before we move on, Thule doesn't want to put groups ahead of us and behind us, if that makes sense.
Yep, a lot of sense. Thinking like a pirate.
So I'm happy to roll whatever you would like for that.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
As Thule is still raging and struggling to focus on noises that aren't a threat. That's only a 9.
With a 9, you are pretty certain they're all coming section past you.
Yeah, they're definitely in front of us. Let's go hit something.
Yeah, Watt's already trying to crank another one open.
Okay.
If I could trouble you to keep Alexander up, that would be helpful.
Gotta play
he's-
bot sitter. What do you got?
Yeah, we'll get a proper Alexander token here before too long.
Alright.
And now that Thule and Watt have switched jobs, so Watt opened the last one, so Thule's opening this one, right? And with the assumption that Watt is covering the door.
You had to have a little downtime before you crank it again.
Right, had to have a downtime in between each section, breaching clear and then breaching clear, switching breachers each time to make sure that someone's on guard.
All right.
Thule thinks Watt's on guard, but everybody
Of course.
sees Watt picking his nose.
Tisk has shield and heavy pistol at the ready as the door opens, and as soon as the door opens, like pushes his way through to begin assessing the next area.
Then Thule would cover from halfway through the room for the next area, as he expects Watt to get this door.
Watt will start cranking it.
Get it, Watt?
Could I get a perception check in this room of
Alright.
what we're hearing around on things?
Gladly.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay. With a dirty 20, you're listening with your hunter instincts and being a Trandoshan. You've hunted game before. And you know when you're in the woods and you get your first kill. Usually the creatures around you will smell the death and start moving away from it. You can tell that they seem to be being further back into the ship. Why, you don't know. But with a dirty 20 and perception, I'll say that you can tell that the movements and the scratching seem
Deeper as in the way we're going, or deeper towards the cockpit?
the way you're going.
Like we're hurting them further back to the back.
They're falling back to somewhere away from the kill.
Alright, so Watt, you're sitting here, you're moving the handle, and slowly but surely, it takes you a little longer to do it than Thule as this one opens.
Watt,
Oh,
is,
so you have higher endurance than me, huh?
Watt is confidently moving down.
As soon as the door opens, Thule rushes it. So very much following the breach and clear pattern. Like Watt opens the door, Thule runs in, checks, and then moves towards the next door.
Watt is strolling.
I'd like to take a moment as
We're
we're
a great team.
I'd like to take just a moment as Thule runs forward to look out the window and see if there's by chance any difference of what we're seeing in the cargo containers at this point on either side, or if actually specifically because the guy said 5B was where they were at. I would like to look out the window here because 5B should be the next one up and south of our position to see if I can see anything about this cargo container externally that the pilot pointed out.
Yeah, I assume we're getting close to the Atmo leak at this point.
I mean, it's probably gonna have to happen at some point, but I don't know how many sections we have. That's not
I don't think there is an
information
actual
that I.
Atmo link. I think it is them chewing through all the different systems that Watt is then going to have to fucking hotwire.
Yeah, we're not sure though, so who knows? Just be careful.
So, as you're looking out, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary for this cargo container, you do see that it's labeled. Do you speak Huttese?
Do I speak Huttese? I do not.
Okay.
You have heard Thule speak Huttese.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's covered in outer rim graffiti.
Okay. clearly been on Tatooine.
Clearly been on Tatooine. You see some cholo Jawas like flipping off, like someone did like an anime sketch. And it's like the Earthworm Jim T-shirts you got back in the early 2000s that you got at the flea market.
There's a reference I haven't heard in a minute. Freaking Earthworm Jim. Holy shit. We've just dated ourselves so severely on this podcast.
I have a Sega Genesis like mini system that has like 60 games on it that the kids at work can earn for Fun Fridays, and Earthworm Jim is one of the games that they never play because they don't know what it is, but it always pops up. Yeah.
Yeah, people talk about how hard certain games were back in the day, but no one knows the pain of playing the Looney Tunes Tasmanian Devil Sega game.
Holy shit!
I do.
God.
That game was so hard.
Oh my god, dude.
That and fucking the Lion King game.
Yeah.
Lion King game.
I think it's brutal.
Decap Attack. I don't know if you all remember that one at all.
Decap
Attack. You are a dude whose head has been removed and you've been brought back from the dead, but you and your head are animated separately. So it's like a single player co-op. It's fucking like
hilarious.
Is that the game where you throw your head as a grenade?
Yes, I played it with the kids to like show them how the game works, and I got frustrated. So I can only imagine their use of coping skills during that time.
However, I don't know that one, so I can't attest to that one. But none of these games that we're talking about otherwise hold a candle to NES Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, I referenced that the other day.
Fucking impossible.
I referenced that the other day. A VTuber that does retro gaming. She was actually doing the water level in Sonic 2, and I told her, I was like, "This is giving me PTSD flashbacks of doing the Ninja Turtle NES game."
Fucking damn, man!
That fucking damn! I hated that damn.
There was a con here locally. I can't remember which con it was, but they had like Doom and all the Sonic games and something else set up all in one room.
The big arcade expo.
It was probably Little Arcade Expo.
The Little Arcade Expo.
I took over Sonic 2 from a little kid who had been playing it and failing, and I muscle memory kicked in, and I made it farther in Sonic 2 than I think I've ever made it in my life.
Tell the truth. You kicked them off. You kicked them off, didn't you?
I did. They kept dying, and I was getting frustrated. And instead of calming myself down, I said, "Move it, kid." But
okay. Wait for somebody knows what they're doing.
However, I did redeem myself by getting on Doom and putting in IDDQD and IDKDK. I think letting the kid just run around with full ammo and invincibility. So
I see you are. I see you.
We were at that together. No, Sean, we went to that together. I remember you doing that for kid. Yeah.
I had a good fucking time at that convention.
It was fun.
I'm hoping I didn't take too much fun away from the kid.
All right, so as we last left off, you guys are at this bulkhead. Thule, are you opening this door?
Oh yeah, we're playing a game.
Oh, it's already cranking.
Thule looks down and sees that he has been and looks down at Watt and is like, "My turn," and takes over and just starts.
How many of those
double timing it?
How many of those White Claw surges have you had?
They taste like shit, but they're 8% alcohol, so I'm here for it. And this is number 4, so I don't want to hear your shit.
So you start cranking this door open, and as soon as the seal is broken, you guys feel a gentle, not as harsh as you get, a gentle vacuum suck in.
One more time?
That's exactly what I want when I'm cranking.
Say that one more time, just please.
So what started happening while he was cranking it?
Vacuum sucking is what I heard.
Vacuum suck in as air pressure is pulled into this compartment.
Okay.
But gentle. A gentle vacuum suck in.
You hear the leak of air. As air in here is a little thinner.
Can I tell where the breach is as I enter the room with Alexander at my side?
As you enter the room at your side, you go to roll me a perception check.
You got it. Oof. 4.
You're pretty sure it's south of you in 5B. As you go to turn with a perception check of 4, you do not see the Womp Rat that's above you as it drops down and lands on top of Watt.
Let's go.
Punch it.
As it
So does Watt.
As it appears, Thule, you hear another one behind you.
Oh dear. They are behind us. Oh no, we failed those checks so bad.
And coming out from under the floor panels, Tuli, you see another one behind you. And
Yeah, and Thule would be the last in. Like, he opened the door, so he's the last in. So he's essentially blocking the door.
Where is Shug right now?
I'm with you. Sorry, I've not been moving myself on the map because it's in a different window.
I just can't see. I just can't even.
It's because I'm not with you at all. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
his droid is.
I just assumed you were like buried under something because you're.
Yeah,
Shug was back here somewhere. Good. Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Cool. Gotcha.
All right. So, with that being said, are going initiative. We are going to start initiative again.
Are we rolling again, or are we keeping our same initiative?
Oh, we're rolling. Because all your initiatives sucked.
22.
We're a little bit more prepared this time.
I'm like slightly better, not a lot better, but a little bit better.
I mean, anything over single digits is better than what we looked like last time.
That's true. I'm pretty sure I had the highest initiative at like 10.
What the
Mhm,
fuck?
mhm.
Okay, I don't know why that sent like 4 times. I apologize.
All right. So, let's see. What was yours? What?
22.
20 and Shug.
19.
Yeah, lot better. All right, starting off combat. What? Normally, I'm gonna say that you would be technically surprised here because you failed the perception check, but the Womp Red didn't expect you to be there either.
That's all right. We're both confused.
Yeah. So you start off combat. Let's get this thing rolling.
All right. We're gonna start with an ion blast. I need a dexterity save from this guy. I think I'm gonna change that cantrip to something that requires me to roll rather than a save.
That's a 17.
Okay, he succeeds, nothing happens. That ends Watt's turn. Going to Alexander. Alexander, like, he Brad Pitt Achilles like dart stab as he comes in with the that's what Watt sees. What the rest of you see is just flailing robot arms as this, makeshift scrap predator claw comes out and starts swinging. So he is plus 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Sorry, plus 3, not 2, so 5 total.
5 points of damage.
Yeah. And that's it for him.
Your turn, Alexander's turn. All right, this one you hear clawing and scratching as this thing goes to bite through the bulkhead door. Does it do its gnawing attack? Oh, it does. Okay, so you guys see horrifically as these claws dig into the metal and start peeling this open as this creature eats through the bulkhead, and you see another Womp Rat appear.
Awesome.
And
Cute. Yeah.
it used its burrowing attack through the metal, and that is its action. Finish its movement right by Tisk.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
This Womp Rat charges forward, seeing Shug, and he will between Shug and Thule. Shug looks like the easier, so it will take a bite attack at. That is going to be a 19 on the die plus 4 for a 22.
Yeah.
I am not taking any joy out of this. That's a 5. That's 7 points of damage, and I need a strength saving throw from.
Fuck, because that's so good. That's a 15 on the dice. That's a 14.
14. You actually are able to get out of the maw of this creature.
Okay, cool. How much damage was that again? I'm sorry. 7.
7. With I want to hear you describe it. How does Shug escape this creature?
Okay. So it chomps down on me, and my droid is right next to me, and it like comes close, and I grab the droid, and the droid like pulls me out of its mouth.
Teamwork.
There you go. Awesome. Oh yeah, your droid.
Well, no, I think I'm up, right?
Should be you and then your droid.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, continuing that line of thought. So, I'm going to take the bonus action disengage action with Shug to get out of the creature's mouth. And I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to, between Thule's legs, wrist blaster one of these fuckers.
Watch the girth.
Dude,
It's extra girthy right now because you've been fucking cranking on it for the past...
I have been cranking on it for a while at this point.
dude, that shit is tender.
That's a 22 to hit.
22 to hit.
Not Tinder. Too much swiping right for Tinder right now.
All right, 22 to hit. It does hit.
Okay. damage is going to be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. You blew a significant chunk out of this.
Say that.
I
Say
shoot,
that again.
I shoot it in the testicles.
All right, is your droid's turn?
Yes. Okay. So droid's turn. So I've been building my droid in the background, and one of the things that I missed when it took the scout class is that it gets 2 tech abilities. And one of the tech abilities I'm very excited to show you, and I would like to use that now if Bill's going to allow it.
Yes.
Technically, it's had this the whole time, but I just chose it a minute ago. Okay, so the droid, like a little panel pops open, and there's like a little like it looks like a barrel, basically, like a gun barrel is like embedded in the droid, and you hear this thunk, and a little a little ball comes out and hits the ground. We're gonna say right here, and then almost immediately it detonates. So this is the detonator at will ability. It's a cantrip, basically. And so they, sorry, I was just looking at it. Let me pull it up. What's this? They have to make a dex save.
About doing.
Both of them?
You launch a detonator at a creature. Make a ranged tech attack against a creature you can see within range. On a hit, the target takes 1d6 fire damage, and each creature within 5 feet of the target must make a dex saving throw or take 1d4 fire damage.
Okay, so both of them.
So I misunderstood. I have to target one of them, and then the other one will have to make a save. So a ranged tech attack, and my tech power for this is intelligence. So it'll be okay. Okay, so that's a 16 to hit this guy.
Definitely gonna hit.
Okay, so that is 3 points of fire damage.
All right.
And then that was the one that I already hit. So that's 3 points of fire damage against him. And then the one within 5 feet has to make a dex save or take.
That's a natural 1.
Okay, cool. Well, I rolled a 4, which is max on the D4. So he's taking 4. He's taking more damage than the actual detonator.
All right, so this fire leaps off from this womp rat that explodes into flames and burns and singes.
Yeah. Oh, did it die?
Yeah, it died.
Hell yeah.
All right. This one, the door. You notice that the door to 5B was open, torn open, as through the darkness in that corridor comes running another womp rat.
Oh fuck!
As it charges out and attacks Tisk. That is a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
All right, you are.
What's your AC, Jacob?
18.
6 points of damage.
What? 1 second. I want to see. I can use my reaction to +5 your AC. I do that.
You can give me shield?
Yeah. Wait, let me double check. I think I can.
Some animancy going on here.
It's a weird interaction through my tracker droid companion. Hang on, let me see. When you cast a tech power of first level or higher that would affect only one target, and your tracker droid companion is within 10 feet of you or your target, I can use my tracker droid's reaction.
So you have to cast the tech power on your turn.
Yeah. Well, if I'm hang on.
You
We're
get
deeply
you.
offended.
Nothing else is happening from Shug. I take the 6 points of damage, and this time as it like barrels into my shield and like knocks me back, and I kind of like resist back against it here. Some of the regenerative function that you've seen Tisk use previously happens, and I will expend a hit die using my regenerative fact to regain some hit points. Yeah. Ooh, nice. 9 on the die. So it hits me for 6 and I heal for 9. So I am better off than I was whenever we started. Getting back into the flow of battle here.
All right, back up to another womp rat. The other side of this bulkhead. Going to make a strength check, and it does not tear through the bulkhead, but it is tempting because you got your scratching and clawing next to Alexander.
Jesus.
Really?
So I'm going to assume that it's been longer than a minute since our last combat. Okay. These I think I have a slur written down for this. Hut spawn womp rats, and Thule gets red again and swings his mace back at the ones behind him. This one's dead, so this one is still alive. Yes.
Yes.
But this one is already engaged with Thule. It looks like. So Thule's gonna swing at the one closest to him. And we will pop out, and we will roll. And we're going to be reckless because we mad.
Nice.
That's a 22 to hit.
22 to hit. Only hit.
for 12 points of what is it? Kinetic bludgeoning damage, I think.
One more than the hit points it has as you swing away, and through swinging with your vibromace, you just
Just cranking it.
Crush
Just
this poor womp rat with a squeak.
Nice. Thule will let out almost a battle cry of "It'd be better with shocking," and then he will run, channeling his elder Kame from Namek. I am an adult. He will run to fight this one who is chomping on the robot. That is my turn.
Tisk, it is your turn.
all right. So correct me if I'm wrong. This one took a smack from
Alexander.
Achilles Hamilton.
Achilles Hamilton. No, it's Hercules Mulligan.
All right, I will start off with following up an attack on that one as I pull my chakram here.
It's hard to have intercourse on a force.
That I hit. That's a 23
23 does hit.
for 8 points of damage.
8 for defenseless womp rat that also dies following its friend with a sad, pathetic squeak.
Cool. I am going to go ahead and action surge as well. So as that one drops, I then pivot, shielding back the other way and bring the chakram back around for another strike on this other one on the other side of Watt. So we'll get another attack in here. Ugh, it's real bad. It's real bad. Do I want it? Nah, I don't like it. I'm using my inspiration. Reroll that. It's a little better. 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
For a big old 5 points of damage.
Little guy right here. But right. That ends your turn?
That will... Yeah, that'll end my turn.
Alright. This womp rat, being injured, seeing all the other womp rats dying around him, he will take his action. Fully, as you're swinging at him, he throws his head up, and you see almost this deep, strange, cawing-like noise come out of this womp rat's throat, as its throat kind of grows a little bit like a frog's does. You guys hear, and calls out, and you guys hear it returned by a deeper, similar squawking.
Motherfucker. You know what it just said? It said, "Ma."
What direction did that sound come from?
You know what? I'll give it to you for free because it came from 5B.
From 5B. All right. Motherfucker was right.
All right, top of round 2. What?
Bound to happen at least once.
Okay.
Even idiots get lucky once.
Translation: a broken clock's even right twice a day.
True.
From under the womp rat that's like dead on top of me at this point, there's just a wrist blaster that comes out and fires an ion bolt at this one. So I need a dexterity save from him.
Dex save. That's a 4.
You're back here with us.
Well, he needs to die.
Okay. I'm here for that.
1 point of ion damage.
Wait, which one are you aiming at? The one that's by Thule or the one that's beside you?
The one that's by Thule.
Okay. So how many points of ion damage for that guy?
1. And then who has taken the most damage at this point?
7 from. I took 7. I don't know what everybody else took.
All right. So Shug, Watt, like he's crawling out from underneath this womp rat, and he looks over and sees you, and he rummages around in a pack and just yeets something at you. And you see this canister floating end over end, and it just right in front of you. As I use my bonus action to cast Colto Pack, and I'm gonna overcharge it to give you 2d4 plus 2.
You rolling it?
Yeah. You're back to full, bro.
Hell yeah. Thanks, buddy.
And Watt just is grinning. And once again, there's that odd, disconcerting moment of Watt has too many teeth, like sharp teeth, for being not
Herbivore.
a carnivore.
Yeah.
And so he makes it out from underneath the womp rat that was laying on top of him. And then Alexander is going to... What's the initiative order here?
You and
Alexander's next.
Okay, yeah. Alexander is looking at this womp rat, and there's a turn, and the blaster on his shoulder turns to look at the other womp rat by Thule and blasts it So he is
Just to
rolling.
just to check, is that arranged within melee?
I would assume so. Yes.
Okay.
So,
So
it's disadvantage.
usually disadvantage on the attack.
Yep.
Okay.
We're just following orders. Okay.
Here, I'm
Dad
just
said
gonna roll.
we attack this one.
So this is plus the highest one on disadvantage is an 11.
12. 12 barely misses.
Okay, good to know. This blaster bolt like pings off of the plate, the bulkhead, and that's it for me. Brings us to the Womp Rats.
Yep, doing something. There we go. All right, this Womp Rat will not be very happy with that, and he will charge at Alexander, which doesn't charge, he just turns around and attacks Alexander. That's a natural 20.
Oh,
That'll
fuck.
hit.
That's sad. First time I attack Alexander, it's a natural 20. 5, 3, 8, 10. 10 points of damage to Alex,
You got it.
and a strength saving throw.
He is proficient in those. 18.
He does not get
Nice.
held down. He is not grappled by. And into this Womp Rat's turn, it is Shug's.
Okay, I want to look around and I want to see if I can see the container release situation.
The door's been chewed open.
Is there, is there like a lever or something that I can use to eject the container?
You can spend your action to roll a perception check if you want to.
Okay. All right. Perception. What is my perception? Where the hell is 7 plus? Okay. That's a 15 on the die.
15 on the die. You look and try as you might on this side. You do not see a release on this side of the door. Could
Okay.
be
So
closer to the container.
can I use my movement to continue that
Yeah.
search?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hang on. That was fuck. Where are the? I'm having trouble seeing the squares here. I think I was 5, 10, 15. I think that's 15 feet. I was here, or no, I was here to start. It's a little better. 5, 10, 15, 20. Anything?
As you get closer, the first thing you notice with the perception check that you rolled, there is a huge hole in the hatch leading down to this cargo, as you should be able to see on the map.
That's so okay. So, tell me, this hole wasn't normally there. How do you get down into the container?
You lift it up.
Okay, so there's a hatch that has been chewed through, is what you're
Yes.
telling me. Okay, and is there a release for the container?
There is.
I don't have anything to plug that hole. Is there anything I can see in the previous room or this room that I can use to plug that hole so that when I guess I don't know if I activate this release, is there going to be an automatic seal that would close
I
off
feel
that
like
hole?
for the comm link, every time you say plug that hole, the captain says that's what she said.
Roll your tech skill.
Yep.
As you said there.
Okay, it's a 12 plus 9, so 21.
Jeez.
With the 21,
9.
Shug, you know that most of these freighters, when there is a breach into space, there is a shield that pops up that keeps full vacuum from basically just draining off all life force, or all of the oxygen, everything like that.
Yeah.
However, in the condition that the ship is in, and the fact that power seems to be cut off to everything thanks to these rats, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, I had that feeling. How big's the hole?
You could
That's
walk through
also
it.
what she said.
You could walk through it twirling a cane.
Yeah,
Like
but
a
my
hot-
my canes are pretty small. Could Thule walk through it twirling a cane?
It would be a tight squeeze, but Thule could possibly get through that hole.
Okay, man, I don't know.
Different size hot dogs through different size hallways. What can I say?
I immediately feel bad for saying that. I'm sorry. It's terrible. My juvenile won out.
All right, Bill, is there some kind of panel or something that I can pull off to seal that hole?
There's panels laying all over the place in the room in the game through.
Great. So I want to use my droid's action to basically help me pull a panel over to cover up this thing.
Okay.
So I can use my bonus action, my bonus rogue action for the extra movement that I need there, and then my droid should be able to get all the way there.
Okay.
That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Not quite. It can get to God damn it! It's not letting me move it. It can get to here. God damn it! That sucks. All right. I want to. That's all I can do. So I have this panel. I guess you guys can kind of see what I'm working at. Trying to seal this thing off. That's my turn.
Okay. So with that being done, we've got this other womp rat that's on the other side of this bulkhead. It is trying its hardest and is rolling a strength. Oh yeah, it gets through this time as this bulkhead gets torn open and a womp rat steps out right in Alexander's face. That is its action. It used its action to burrow. Thule, it is now your turn.
This one that just screamed for mom, I'm gonna smack it in its face.
Right. Mom, bitch!
Okay, watch your mouth, child. And we are going to hit it. 19 to hit.
It definitely hits.
Nice.
So 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. That is 10 over what you needed as you kill his poor.
And then you said we all heard the direction that mama came from?
The roar.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Thule is just going to place himself in front of the store. Wait, no. This is the one Shug went into, right? Yeah, I see Shug down there. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Shug's going to run in after him. Get ready for mama. And that will end Shug's turn.
Sure will.
Thule's turn. Sorry. It will end Shug as well, but
It takes me some time to get ready for mama sometimes.
All right. Yes, get your
it's a
turn.
whole different subsection.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and make another attack on this one that's right here next to me. Another chakra attack. Boy, howdy, that was real close to 17. Instead, it's a 12.
12. Does not hit.
Yes. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Options. I want to do things I don't have the economy for. Damn. All right, well, I am, for one, tired of more things showing up and causing problems, and Tisk is tired of not using explosives. So, as he has tried to punch at this one, sees the other one burrowing through, over top of Watt and Alexander, there's lobbed a small charge, as I will throw one of my demolition charges to the other side of this one. So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 12.
Efficiency plus. Well, screw it. The DC is 12. So it'll take half damage. One of these days, my intelligence will go up. That day is not today. It takes 2 points of damage, because that was just a god-awful roll in every possible way. And I guess that will end my turn. Yep.
That ends his turn. Now,
Oh, can I retcon something? I forgot I had a thing. So I have a once-a-day thing that I can use that is saving face. Whenever I fail an attack or ability check,
Nice.
I can gain a bonus based off the number of allies that I can see within range. So with who all would be able to see me right now, that would be a +3 to that original attack on this guy.
+3 to damage?
+3 to the original attack. I had rolled a 12, so that would make it a 15 instead.
Yes. Gotcha.
Sorry, I forgot about that. So we're going to go ahead and roll that. So that is 7 points of damage to that one with the original chakram attack.
Good thing you redid that one, because you killed him.
Fantastic. I love that feature. It's literally the whole Trandoshan, like, don't get caught being bad. So once a day, you can be better whenever you fail.
All right, so as Shug, as you are dragging this cover, you see something furry cover the entire hole as these 2 large claws come out. Really, guys?
You've been setting us up all night. Don't blame us for this.
Straight out of the 70s.
Air hole? Yeah.
You know what? I don't feel bad about what's coming out of this hole. Not anymore. You know what, Shug? There you go. Right in your face.
Ooh, when it claws its way out of the hole right in your face. That's a rough night.
Gotta love it. It's a good time.
Was this a tight fit?
God damn it.
I'm curious.
Totally Kane.
Yes.
Okay.
Pain to
Right.
build, I have to say.
Okay.
Okay. This creature's turn. It is climbing out of this hole, and it sees its very first target, which is Shug, as this giant womp rat, easily 5 to 6 times larger than Shug itself. It will take an attack at Shug. That is an 18 to hit.
Shug is going to cast his energy shield, which brings his AC. No, that doesn't even fucking help. No, there's nothing I can do about it.
All right, takes 4 plus 3, 7 points of kinetic damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
How's a 6?
A 6. You are not grappled, but you are knocked prone.
Okay.
That ends its turn. What? Top of the round.
All right. Watt reaches in his bag looking for anything that would help, and he picks up a dagger. It's like it just has this fuck it moment, and heaves his vibro dagger at Mama here for a 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits.
Okay, for a whopping 7 points of damage to Mama, and then I'm gonna look at Shug, and once again, a creature of your choice. Yeah. All right. Once again, an upcast Photo Pack comes your way. Da, 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 and you regain 7 points of health as this like canister lobs end over end over end over end and then just explodes in front of you.
Those for me again?
Yeah.
Thank you.
7 points of healing. Alexander is going to turn and just wail on this guy. Sorry, that's 1 point too many. So 9 to hit. That ends my turn. On to Shook.
Bill, where's that release for the container?
It is right beside the creature.
Can I get to it?
Yeah, you can get to it.
Okay, cool. So I use half my movement to stand, and then use my action to pull the lever or whatever. What's the do I have to make a tech check? What's the thing?
Pulling the lever, it will be a. It's just a lever, so it's going to be a interactive object.
Okay, so I can just do it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, let's start there.
This is gonna go well.
I stand up for half my movement, and then I pull the lever.
Okay,
Wrong lever.
you pull this lever and it pulls down. Shunk.
Why
All
do you
right.
have that lever?
One of 3 things is going to happen.
Do I get to roll for it?
Yes.
Okay, what's the roll?
I need you. I have the percentages written down.
Okay,
I need
D100.
D100.
How do you roll? Here, I'll do it in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, just
or
two.
Forge. I mean,
Yeah, just
or D100.
93.
93%. Who knows if high is good or high is bad though?
Yeah. Regardless, you're at an extreme.
I had 2 extremes on this. The one in the middle ground was just going to be that the power was off and severed, and you were going to. So the likely chances the power was not going to be in it. So on the higher level, and then you have the lower level. On the lower level, I had something really, really bad happen. And on the higher level, I had something really, really good happen. So, Shug, as you throw this lever, there is a spark of power in the lever as you hear a chunk. And the ship kind of shimmies, even in space, as the cargo container is released. And in a split second, you see a whoop as the eyes of this creature get really wide. And when it falls over, it is severed in half as the shield,
fucking hoping.
as the life system shield goes into place, cutting this giant womp rat in half.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Why did you just kill Alexander?
I saw that. He's fine.
That was a funny response though, of like, oh yeah, it gets cut in half. Alexander dies.
All right, so that's Shug. That is Shug's action.
Shug spits blood at the thing, and then he yells back down the corridor, "How many points is that worth?"
All right, what else are you doing, Shug?
That was just. I didn't even take an action yet. Okay, are there more womp rats that I can see?
There's one more. You got to remember, use device is different in economy order.
Remind me, huh?
Yeah, they added an extra thing you can do in a round, so you can activate a device. So you can activate a device, still take your action.
Okay, yeah, okay. So then I spent half my movement to stand up, so I need to go 5, 10. That's and then I would have to bonus action dash. Okay, then I can see the womp rat, and I will like stubbing with my little legs, and then I will wrist blaster him. That's a 16 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay, Alexander gives me sneak attack, right?
He is an ally.
Okay, that's 4, 5, 7 points of damage.
Small addendum to my turn. I needed to be a little.
7 points of damage on the womp rat.
Oh, okay, I thought there was more. 7 points of damage. All right,
Okay, and then I bring
Shug.
down my droid.
Shug.
Oh, you killed my droid.
I'm fixing your droid. with this being the last Womp Rat, you want to do this? Or how are they going to describe? How would they describe this on HoloNet News? You actually get.
I'm going to take a different take on it. So I'm going to talk about. I'm going to tell you how Dar explains this to his buddies.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So these ingrates that I had graciously took in on my ship decided to take things into their own hands, and they said there was an infestation, but really there were only like 4 or 5 womp rats, and they weren't that big a problem. But they damaged like half my ship. They shot the whole place up. They jettisoned one of my cargo crates, saying that it was infested. Really, I think they were just pirates, and they dropped the gear, and they were going to go back and retrieve it or something. But that's all I know. Anyway, let that be a lesson to you. Never take on random crew on Coruscant.
This asshole.
I like it.
And on that note, the Womp Rat's dead as far as you know. Hyperdrive offline. System severed from the network. There's a huge freaking hole in the ship with half of a Womp Rat, giant Womp Rat, laying on top of it.
I retrieved my dagger.
It is that time, guys, to do accolades and call it the end of today.
Fucking thank God.
Ooh.
3. That's almost a 1.
All right.
Wow. I go for
So
a 9.
It was so close to being a 1.
I love that our highest roll was a 9.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate.
Also, I love that
Anyway.
technically it's Shug's droid.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know.
Not
I don't know.
Shug.
Yeah, because we're still in combat.
His combat's still going.
All right, so Shug.
Yeah. Give me a second here. I'm gonna give mine to Gabe. I enjoyed the very beginning of the session where like shit started going wrong, and both of us very much kind of like fell into our roles and kind of like took control of the situation. And you were very much like diagnosing the ship, and then I was like, you shut the fuck up, this is what we're doing, you know. I enjoyed that moment because like up until that moment I feel like we were all, I don't want to say content, but we were all letting Dar play captain. But as soon as shit started going wrong, like it was very clear that he was not the one in charge.
I'm the captain.
Yeah, exactly. But I enjoyed that whole scene with you, bud.
Thanks, man.
Bill, you just continue to generate even more hate for this NPC that you've built. So well done, I guess. Love to hate him.
Poor Dar, he's just a guy in the galaxy trying to make his way. All right, next up, Cooley.
Yeah, I want to give, and it looks like Gabe stepped away for a minute, but I wanted to give Gabe my accolade for the introduction of Alexander and the randomly walking through with a fucking mortar tube on his back and a pistol strapped to his shoulder. It was glorious. It was. I feel like the original Alexander would have very much approved of this return to death of the bourgeoisie kind of entrance.
Oh, yes.
Right, anti-bougie all day. And Bill, these fucking klaxon lights that you have going on, I appreciate you turned the sound off for them, because that might have been overwhelming with these flashing, spinning lights. It created a sense of panic and distress within the ship that added a lot to the combat, and I, as a player, am struggling to deal with it. So
I just want to do something just for the appreciative value of it, and that is I'm going to turn off the token vision, and I want you guys to pan out and see how cool this ship looks.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, the map in general is pretty legit.
yeah, no, that's cool. Oh, I like the.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the
like-
can actually go in the containers. That's cool.
Yeah, you
I like the turbine engine spewing at the end here. This is cool.
Yeah, the you can actually go into I set up the skip points on top of each of the hatches. You guys could actually investigate and go into each container.
Yeah, this is a killer map, man.
Very cool.
So, Tisk.
I'm gonna throw mine to Shug tonight. For just the utter disdain for Dar and like basically starting to like count votes before we get off this guy, and but also for the like honing in on pulling the lever and just like sticking to the plan regardless of how this was gonna go, taking the risk on it. I appreciated the choice. It was good. So roll the dice, man. It was good.
It was like I didn't want to do that, but I was kind of forced into it, and I'm not mad about it. We
I
were
was
going to
great.
deal with whatever problem came or arose from it.
The dice told the story. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I appreciated the options that Bill you had planned around it, and where the dice took it. So just kudos. I like the choices.
Fully believe that the dice fall where they may.
Yeah, for sure. And Bill, aside from that, I appreciated that. I don't mean this in a negative way, but you kind of like shut down a like tech check solution around all of this and forced us to really like approach this in a very physical manner that I appreciated. Like the tech checks that have been made over the course of like what we have done have been really cool, and like how everybody has approached that. But in this situation, it kind of like just removed that as an aspect and kind of pushed everybody down a different kind of role than what we've historically kind of approached our combat situations, or really how we've solved problems up to this point. So I liked that it made people kind of like think a little differently in how they approached all of this today.
Yeah, I very much wanted a traditional dungeon.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
All right, and last but not least, what?
Bill, I loved the pouting captain. Oh, you're gonna let me talk now? Like, no, actually, go sit down, please. But he's not gonna get shit done until we fix his ship anyway. I just love his response. Like, it's so easy to hate this guy, and that is because of how you have built him, and it's delightful. Thule, I really enjoyed the like, I'm gonna clear rooms here, and then Watt just totally blowing that off and just like picking his nose. Just that interplay between our two characters, and it was you and Tisk in the very beginning there, going through the hallways. I loved. It was silly, and I enjoyed it.
It was a very intense juxtaposition from like Tisk and Thule starting out the first two rooms, and then Watt taking over Tisk's role, and it falling completely apart.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, going down the line for me, I'm gonna go by with everybody I can see on the screen. First off, with Derek and Shug, I have to harken back to the Shug sheer absolute hatred for Dar. I don't know where it's coming from. I'm like, yeah, he's a lazy bastard, but he hasn't really done anything to upset Shug.
Nothing at all.
But I don't know. I'm here for it. It's absolutely hilarious to me, and you're playing it very well. Tisk going. I felt Tisk going into feral hunting mode at the beginning of this, and I was like, yeah, there we go. There's the Trandoshan bounty hunter going into hunting mode, just going in to get to attacking whatever was on this ship. When it comes down to it, when I was throwing you at a situation that tech couldn't fix because there was no power, it's like you said it nail on the head at one point, and that's everything's online, but it's severed from the power because they're feeding on the power cable. And that was completely it. Nothing was broken. It's just everything was popping offline because there was no more connections. And I saw it click in your head when you realized there's something on this ship eating these cables.
I was waiting for it to be Minox. That's what my brain jumped to.
Well, as soon as I was like, "There's something on the ship," I'm like, "I bet you it came from Tatooine."
I mean,
he said there's one container from Tatooine. That was the only one that was different.
Thing is,
and my thought was like, there's nobody that wants to fucking steal this ship. Like, it's not.
No.
I don't know if it's a person.
Right.
Well, my first thought was the droid that he jettisoned latched onto the hull and was going on a revenge rampage.
That would have been so good.
Because again, like, I'm in Watt's like headspace, so that is what Watt thinks, and Watt's like, yeah.
What I literally had
Psychopathic
written
droid.
down for Watt today was like Watt's reality versus everyone else's.
I didn't do any of those. I'm sorry.
You did the like Brad Pitt Achilles moment from.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he just like walks up and is flailing.
I liked Thule's reaction to the Womp Rat jumping on him and just like tearing into his blubber, and he's just like, it's like, I don't know why that cracked me up, but just the Thule tapping into his pirate side. Like, I saw Thule as a pirate. It's like if you've seen Skeleton Crew, that badass opening scene with the pirates when they take the ship. It's like I can see Thule as one of the pirates coming in. And I saw it today, basically taking the freighter. So my inspiration is going to go to Thule this time around. And with that being said, I will add, you are very lucky you jettisoned the cargo, because what was in there was another giant womp rat, because what the Jawas had inside the container of scrap was a mating pair of womp rat.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Cool.
Yeah, so not one, but two.
Yeah, which its mate, now cut in half, he is now floating in space.
Plotting his revenge for whoever picks him up. Yeah, you know.
So, thank you
We
guys.
will find that container in like 12 levels.
Thank you guys very much for joining us for the Star Wars Hunters podcast. Please feel free to follow us on Twitter and YouTube at Forever DMs. If you guys like it, the new episodes every Wednesday. Thank you again. And as we like to say here at the Forever DMs, we please practice kindness. It is a free action.